Hello everybody and welcome back to another episode of My Garage Roleplay. So yes, we've got our shop sign up on the roof as you can see, and that is the name I have decided on. It will be known as FUNCLE's Auto Works. Right, so yeah, there's been a couple of things happening already this morning. It's just a little bit past 10 in the morning, so I did go and test the spray paint that I bought for the Lad Coupe. So this is pretty much the color that the car is going to be, and I have decided to paint the rims in the same color. So that actually came out pretty nice, and I can't actually wait to get this thing to the paint. So let me show you guys what I've been doing. So I've pretty much primed most of the car. Still got a little bit of work to do over here, priming up this part of here and to finish the hood. So let me just quickly do this, and then pretty much this car will be ready for paint once this has cured and dried up. So I did buy a couple of spray cans as well to test, but I think it's just going to be easier to rent the actual paint booth and go and do it over there. So the owner of the garage is actually this very same owner that owns the paint booth. So yeah, we will eventually mention his name once the time comes for us to start dealing with him directly. But yeah, I'm just gonna close this hood so that everything can get nice and dry, and then we will order a interior for this thing. So yeah, maybe drop some comments down below if you think you've got a nice color for an interior on this car, because with that green, I'm not sure if the black will go good with it, or should we go with a gray or maybe a white interior. So yeah, I'm going to leave that entirely up to you guys. So definitely drop some comments down below. And as for the 75 Firebird over here, I tried to start it again and it doesn't want to fire up. So I haven't really diagnosed what is wrong with this at the moment. But I did get a notification the hood and the rear panel that I ordered for this from eBay is actually, yeah, it's close. It's almost ready for us to go and pick that up. So maybe in the next episode we will be able to get those parts fitted to this car. And then yeah, I actually did receive the interior for the Sheriff's Lad as well. So that is still in our trailer. So I just decided to put it down in here because I don't want anything to happen with it. So I'm just trying to keep it safe and out of the rain, obviously. So yeah, that is pretty much what's going on with our own vehicles. Hopefully today we will be able to pick up our Chevelle and hopefully button it up, because I really do want to install the V8 engine and all of the interior bits and stuff. So we will look into that. I did go ahead and take the driver's seat through to the Uncle Richie's shop off camera, so that we can at least drive it back home. And that is my plan once I've got the shop truck over here assembled, because we've got all the parts we need here to fix it up. So just a quick thing, I did find that the steering column was also worn, so that could also contribute to the wandering in the steering and suspension. So that is another worn part that I found, and I have actually ordered a new one of those, so we can go ahead and fit all of that. So yeah, what I'm going to do is I'm going to let you guys jump into a quick time lapse while I put this thing back together. Okay, there we go. So we are all done with this job. So basically all of the suspension has been repaired, and we also replaced the steering column. I did a bit of a service on all the fluids, as well as all the brake pads have been changed. So this thing is pretty much good to go. So all that I need to do now is close up the shop, and then we can embark on this journey to go and collect our Chevy Chevelle from Uncle Richard's shop. Alright, so here we go. We are going to hop into this thing, and yeah, we're gonna head off. So I did grab a jerry can that I'm going to fill, because we are gonna need to put fuel in the Chevelle somehow once we replace the gas tank. So I'm gonna try and pour the gas from the old fuel tank into the new one, but I would just rather be safe than sorry and get a little bit of a jerry can rather. But here we go, we are going to make our way over there, and I'll catch up with you guys once we get there. So here we are, and this is our Chevy Chevelle, all done and painted and polished, and everything is basically perfect. So yeah, a huge shout out to Mr. Lars for doing the decals for us. So yeah, definitely if you want to get some violence done for your cars, definitely hit him up. So yeah, we are going to take our beloved Chevelle all the way back to our shop. So I'm just gonna pop this in the trunk, and before I forget, if you guys remember my friend Tom, who borrowed me the Chevy Chevelle a couple of episodes ago, he actually changed the wheels on his Chevelle, so he sent me over these hubcaps free of charge. So I'm going to pop these on, and then hopefully we don't lose any of these on our way back to our shop. So yeah, this is going to complete the look of our car. So yeah, hopefully this is gonna be that little bit of a finishing touch we need to make this thing stand out a little bit from the crowd. Alright, so there we go, let's fire this baby up. So Andy did mount the seat for me, and also the steering column that we took off the second gen Firebird that we scrapped a couple of episodes ago. Alright, she fires right up, and it is very empty in here. So yeah, we've got a little bit of work to do once we get back to the shop. So let's take this thing on her maiden voyage. Alright, so we are just quickly filling up the jerry can over here so that we can have some gasoline once we have changed our fuel tank. So that is all nice and full, so hopefully we'll be able to get this thing back to the garage once we have fitted the new tank. Alright, so I nearly forgot to stop for gas. So yeah, we're gonna make our way all the way to the shop, and I will meet you guys there. Alright, so we made it safely back to our shop, and yeah, I was actually hoping to get this space empty over here so that we can work on the car here rather. But I think we are going to have to do some things on the lift, so we'll just put it here for now, and then hopefully when we get that engine taken out we can actually get it in the Firebird there, and just to get it running again, because my plan is to build up a proper inline 6 for that Firebird. Alright, so let's get this thing pulled into the shop and then hopefully we can start working on it. Alright, so what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to push it back because I don't want to bang my doors unnecessarily. Alright, so that should do. I must say this car is a little bit shorter than the F100 pickup that we had in here earlier on. So this should work. Alright, so I think we're going to start off by sorting out the suspension and everything and seeing what else we need. And if I do need some parts, I can probably go to the shop and just pick it up. So we are gonna get this thing lifted up and just inspect everything again. So first of all, I think the front suspension, the only issues we have is this upper control arm, which is a little bit rusty. So I think I do have some spares on the shelf. It came off the old Firebird, so I'll definitely swap that out. So this one is still in very good condition. So we'll be putting that one on the car. Alright, so let's get this unbolted. Alright, so there is the first bad part. I've got no idea where to put this. Let's just make a little pile of parts over there. And then once I'm done, I can just dispose of everything. Alright, so let's get that bolted down. Alright, so that is pretty much this corner sorted. Let's have a look at our brake pads quickly. Where's my pry tool? Let me grab my pry tool because I've got to pop this hubcap off again. So we will once again go through each corner and just make sure everything is still okay. And if we need some brake pads, we'll put some brake pads in, because we do have a bunch of extras. Alright, so let's have a look quickly. So my idea for the rest of this episode is to make sure that this car is as good as it can get, because yeah, I want to try and get this car sold. Alright, so these brake pads look fine, the rotor looks fine, so we can bolt that up. Alright, so our wheel can go back on. So I am happy to say this corner is perfect. Alright, let's get our hubcap back on. Alright, and we will repeat the process for each corner basically. So take off the hubcap and strip off the wheel. Have a look at our brake pads, see everything is fine. And then that way we know once we lower this thing down, everything has been replaced. Alright, so let's just set that down. Alright, so everything still looks pretty good down here. Alright, those brake pads are fine, the rotors are still okay. Alright, so I'm quite happy with this front end of the car. No worn parts at all, so that is good to go. Alright, slap this wheel back on. Alright, let's grab our hubcap again. Pop it on there, and now we are going to move to the back. So let me start by taking off both the hubcaps at the back, and we'll just set them down on the table over there, because we do not want to get scratches on these. Okay, and let's come and grab this one. Right, so what we're going to do now is pretty much remove the whole rear axle, because we do have a replacement part over there, as long as we just remember to tighten these bolts, because I think I just tightened 2 of these in the previous episode, so I just want to make sure that I've got all this buttoned up. Okay, so that is good to go. So we pretty much need to replace the whole rear end on this car. Right, so let's drop that down. Okay, so I'm going to start off by taking off these rear brakes. Alright, so these calipers are still good, so, well, brake pads in the calipers are still good. If I'm not mistaken, I think we need to replace one of the shocks, this one. So we are going to take this one off, and I will put this on the pile of junk parts over there, and then we can have a look and see, because we should have some extras. There we go, this one should fit. So I do want to mount this, but I'm just going to tighten it at the top and going to loosen this one at the bottom over here. There it is. Okay, so we'll take this off, but first let me sort out the brakes, as I said. So this one needs to come off, and I think I do have a replacement caliper for this side. I did order one. It did come with the rest of the parts from the shop the other day. So I'm just going to put this one on the shelf over here for now. Then we will get that sorted. I think that is the new one. Right, there we go. Right, so we'll just leave this on the shelf for now. We will return to that once we need it. So our brake rotors are still good. This one, however, looks a bit thin. Do we have a replacement? Yes, we do. So we'll put that one on as well. So let me just set the wrench down because I need a screwdriver. We're going to try and see if we can fit the best parts we have back on this car. Alright, so this one is good. So I'm just going to drop this down over there. And then this one can go on the bad pile, because as you can see it's a little bit thin. So we'll put that down over there. Alright, so let me put my screwdriver back in the toolbox before I lose it. Alright, so we are going to remove our wheel hubs. Alright, so that can go on the floor for now. Let's grab this side. That can go on the floor as well for now. So next in line I want to take off this drive shaft. And we also have a brand new transmission that we are going to fit. Not really a brand new one, but a 5-speed one. So that is definitely something I want to replace. But I think we'll do that once we do the engine. This is a rusty part, so we can just put it on the bad parts pile over there. Alright, so this can pretty much go all together. I do want to remove the handbrake cable first, because this is a part that we are going to need to transfer. So let's get that. Come over here. There we go. I've got it. And we can actually mount it on our new axle over here. There we go. So this is going straight in the car after the new one. Well, after the old one comes out. Alright, so let's get these 4 bolts taken out. And then we should be able to drop this puppy down. And yeah, that is going to be junked. Alright, so good progress so far. So let's grab our new rear end over here. Let's get this one mounted. There we go. Remember our shock bolts as well. And then we can put our wheel hubs back in. Right, so it's quite amazing that the Firebird rear end actually fits this car. So that is a big plus for us. Okay, our wheel hubs are in. Let's mount our drive shaft. Alright, so here we go. Bolt all of that down. And I think I could probably leave these out because I do want to replace the transmission, so that is fine. Alright, let's grab our fuel tank, because we do have a brand new one somewhere. I think I did put it somewhere. I don't know where the heck it is. It's probably... oh, it's under the seat over there. Alright, so we do have a new one. So now this one has got a bit of gas in it, so we'll try and pour that over once we have the new one in and the car is back on the floor. Right, let's mount this gas tank. Right, so that is in. Very well. Right, so that is pretty much that. Now what I'd like to do is see if we can get our brake rotor sorted. So give me my screwdriver again. And what's the condition of this one? It's a bit used. So let's just put that up there, because this one looks a little bit better. So we'll fit this one. And let's grab the other one from... oh, I thought this was another rear one, but it doesn't look like it is. So we're going to have to mount this one again, so that's fine. That is what we have, so that is what we'll use. Okay, alright, so let me think what is next. So probably it'll be our brake calipers. So I do want to transfer those pads. Yeah, I could probably just transfer these pads over to the new one. I just gotta mind my head on this car every time I go under here. I want to bang my head. Okay, so let's grab these two pads and pop those out and just put them in this caliper. Come on, there we go. Alright, so we need to take off the hose from that one, so let's go and do that. Alright, so we can transfer it onto here. Alright, so there's our brand new brake caliper. So that is going to sort out this corner. All good parts. And let's get our wheel fitted again. Alright, so I am happy with that. That looks good. Alright, let's do the other side quickly. Got our brake caliper over here. Just get that mounted onto there and bolt it down. Alright, let's grab our wheel. Alright, so that is fitted. So I just want to double check, did I get all of these bolts? I think I have. Just to be sure. Yes, they are all good. Right now, for the finishing touch, the wheel hubcaps. So thank you once again, Tom, for giving me these hubcaps. We'll put them back on the car like that, and I think I like this color combination, the orange with the black. Alright, so we are gonna get these lift arms out of the way, because next up I'm going to tackle the interior. And first of all, I want to see if I can get some gas poured in. Okay, yeah, sometimes you push it a little too hard. Did I not set the e-brake on this? Come on, there we go. Alright, so that was nearly a disaster, but we got it. Right, so the engine's got to come out, the transmission's got to come out. We're going to have to do fluids. We're going to do, yeah, maybe add a little bit of brake fluid as well. So that is something we'll do next. But first of all, let's get this interior sorted. So we've got our dashboard here. So I'm not sure if this has got screws. I'm going to pop it in. Alright, so we need our screwdriver. And let's get that dashboard mounted Okay, 2 on that side and 2 on this side. So luckily we had our headliner done already, so we don't have to stress about that. But now we are going to pop our door cards into place. I think these will need the wrench probably. Yes, we need our wrench. So let me grab my wrench over here for that. And I'll just lean in here and see if I can get that bolt. There we go. That is perfect. Alright, so we've got another one for the opposite side. So we'll get this one mounted. So yeah, this black interior is definitely going to complete the look we are going for. Alright, and we've got 2 door cards. This is for the front right. And let's get that in place and bolt it down. Alright, the last one. Let's get this one fitted to this door. And for the first time we've got a matching set of interior in this car. Right, so we're going to grab this seat over here. Alright, and this is the last piece of the puzzle, the passenger seat, which was kicked all the way over there for some reason, but we've got it. And we are going to mount it, and then this interior will be complete. Alright, so I'm very happy with that. So now what I would like to try is see if I can get this gasoline. Just open this cap. I'm just going to leave that cap on the floor, and this one we will just pop it down in the trunk. So now this is very tricky. I don't know if I'm going to actually manage this, but I'm going to give it my best shot in pouring this gas over. So let's see. Alright, so it looks like we're getting it. Alright, so yeah, let's just pour all of this gas in. As we all know, gas prices are ridiculous. It's just one bolt over there, and I think our transmission, then this thing should actually just come apart like that. There we go. Alright, let me grab it. Alright, so this engine is gonna go. I think I'm just gonna set it down on the ground for now, over here, and let's grab our beautiful V8, all in black, and this is actually the color that I want this engine to be. It's just to accentuate the two-tone color that I'm going for over here. Alright, so let's get this thing bolted down. Where's that bolt? There we go. Alright, so we've got a V8 in our Chevelle. Here we go. Right, so I do want to change these battery wires, so let's grab our exhaust system. Right, so this is the right side exhaust system. Alright, let's grab the other side. Alright, let me hunker down over here and get this in place. There we go. Let's bolt this down. Here we go. Alright, so while I'm at it, let me quickly take these two bolts out, and our transmission is free. Alright, so there's our 5-speed transmission under the table. Alright, so we are going to mount this one. So let's get this transmission fitted. Alright, so we've got a 5-speed transmission now. Maybe from the inside. If I can just lean over here, just play a little bit of a guessing game. Alright, so we've got those bolts mounted. Right, let's put our transmission in. I still gotta do the cables, right? So let me grab the new cables before I forget. So I've got these ones. I think these also came off the Firebird, if I'm not mistaken. So we'll just put these on the roof for now. I will grab the old ones quickly from here. Alright, let me just get my right angle down. Alright, so the battery can just stay there for a second. Alright, so there's the old battery cables. Let's grab the new ones. Alright, let's get our battery fitted again. Okay, and into the trash directly with that one. Okay, so let's make sure all of our bolts are zipped down and tightened down, and then yeah, we just need to do fluids, and then I think it's time to fire this thing. back in, and I'm gonna call it a night, and in the morning when I wake up we will take it for a little bit of a drive just to see if everything is fine. And obviously before I go to bed I will just clean up the shop a little bit, so I will see you guys back in the morning. Right, so it is the next morning and I think we are ready to take our Chevelle for a little bit of a drive. So my plan is to actually put this car up for sale to see if I can make a little bit of profit and also maybe afford a new project vehicle, because we basically only have this car that we are going to be fixing up next on the series. And I think this one should actually be quick because it's just pretty much a respray and yeah, just putting it back together, because we are going to be keeping this. The Firebird we will see once we are done with it what we are going to do, because I think I also need to look for the proper rear bumper, because this is actually the wrong rear bumper. It needs to have this type of style for a 1975. So we'll be changing the hood, we'll be changing the dashboard, we'll be doing the rear bumper, the taillight panel, as well as the grille in the front. So all that will be sorted eventually. But yeah, back to business. We are going to take our Chevelle for a little bit of a drive and see how things are doing with this car, and hopefully everything is fine. Alright, so we are on the road. Now this thing has got a ton of power in my opinion, so I think what I'm gonna do is we're gonna head over to Uncle Richard's shop, because I do want to check up on the progress on the Lad of the Sheriff, see how far that is going and how that is going along. So hopefully in the next episode we can try and finalize the Sheriff's Lad sedan and see if we can get payment for that. And then yeah, pretty much try and finish up our little coupe and maybe even start working on the 75 Firebird, because that is the next project ahead for us. Alright, so we've got a 5-speed transmission. And I think while we are there at Uncle Richard's, we'll see if the dyno is available. Then we could probably put this thing on the dyno and see what type of power it makes. I think this is going to be enough power. So maybe take a little bit of a guess. What do you think the horsepower rating will be on this? With a 6-pack 350. Yeah, I think it's got some internal modded parts as well. So yeah, put your comments down below. What do you think it's gonna make? And then at the end of the video I will reveal the actual horsepower reading, so you guys won't actually see that right up until the end. So yeah, definitely drop some comments down below. So definitely it shreds rubber, and if you put your foot down it kicks the rear end out. So yeah, you've got to counter steer it, otherwise you'll end up facing the other way. And I've got no idea what type of fuel consumption we are getting, because I don't think they were able to fix my dash cluster for me, so that is something that is still not in working condition. But as long as the car looks good, I think yeah, we should make a little bit of a profit on this, because I don't think it's perfect, but that is not what I'm aiming for. We're just aiming for a good quality car that looks very nice and drives good and reliable actually. Right, so we are testing our 5th gear. And that is definitely going to get us into trouble with the police if we keep this up. So let's rather just take it easy in town Alright, so yeah, here we are, Middletown. Don't know where the cops are, if there are any cops about today, but we'll see if we see them. Just keep our eyes peeled. Alright, so I see the dyno is available, so we can pull up and just get ourselves a tag for it. Alright, so let's see if we can get a tag for the dyno quick, and I might have to move the car a little bit over to the side. Alright, so our car is strapped down, and I'm going to hop in and see if I can get it fired up again, and yeah, I'll probably see what the reading is, but I'm not going to show it to you guys yet. You have to guess the horsepower. Alright, so there we go. I went through all of the gears and I don't know what the horsepower reading is, so drop your comments down below. Alright, so we've got a result of the horsepower reading on this car. So have you put your guess down? So it's 571 horsepower. So that is not too bad for a little, yeah, 6-pack carbureted. And I believe this is a 350 block. So it's got a couple of performance goodies, as you can see. Nothing crazy. I've got a standard distributor on it, so yeah, pretty much, yeah, a couple of things that could still be probably changed on it, but I think it's perfect just the way it is, and I think that'll fetch a pretty penny, hopefully. So yeah, I'm gonna see if Uncle Richard will be fine with it if we were to leave it here at his dealership, because obviously he's got a dealership on this side as well, so maybe he can sell it for us and we can make a little bit of money. So let's have a quick look at the Lad sedan over here. So Andy has been busy. He actually, yeah, he's got the paint job pretty much done. I think it's still busy curing, so I don't want to touch it just yet. So hopefully in the next episode we will be able to come and fetch this and get it assembled again, and also put the new interior in. So yeah, we will definitely have a look at this in the next episode. But I think that is going to be a wrap. You can hear the aeroplanes flying overhead. Can't really see where this aeroplane is, but okay, yeah, it just went over here. But anyway, that is going to be a wrap for this episode. So thank you very much for watching. I do appreciate every view and every like. And also remember to subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. I will appreciate it very much. But yeah, until the next time, cheerio.